Obama went and met with the Pope, and the Pope said that he is in favor of protecting workers' rights. Now, that seems like a positive statement. You know, there's a lot of workers in the world looking out for their interests. Seems like a logical thing to do. And the Pope is the leader of the Catholic Church, and they're supposed to look out for, you know, everybody and not just the corporate bigwigs. I mean, if the Pope had come out and said, look, I'm in favor of the CEOs, it'd be a little weird, don't you think? But of course, Fox News is concerned about that, and they're going to just pose the question here, and they're going to have a fair and balanced conversation about it here. But they're just asking the question, are Obama and the Pope in cahoots to destroy capitalism? Just a fair question. That's all. Let's watch clip number 17.
Well, a president and a pope can make a powerful duo. Take Ronald Reagan and John Paul II. They both helped knock down the Berlin Wall and Soviet communism working together. Well, fast forward to today. President Obama and Pope Benedict XVI meeting yesterday at the Vatican. Both men pushing for, quote, greater social responsibility and working, quote, for the common good. Rich Karlgaard says this duo could do to American capitalism what Reagan and John Paul II did to Soviet communism. Really, Rich?
Well, look, Ronald Reagan and John Paul II were the two most important figures of the second half of the 20th century. They had a deep, abiding belief in individual freedom and the morality that ensues from individual freedom. Pope Benedict and President Obama are going the other way. I'm not accusing them of trying to wreck capitalism, but clearly they're going the other way. They're making all the mistakes that Hayek warned us about in The Road to Serfdom.
But, Jack, this is a pope who worked hard with the last pope to knock down communism, also killed off popular theology or the Marxist movement within the Catholic Church.
Absolutely, and the Church has a long history of respecting market economies and respecting the ability of free markets to lift individuals out of poverty into prosperity. And I think a closer read of this third encyclical from Benedict says exactly that, says that there is an opportunity for globalization, for free trade, to stimulate the global economy. I mean, he was using these terms. I think this rush to judgment that he's somehow aligning himself with Obama's ideology is misguided.
So, Elizabeth, are they anti-capitalist or not?
No, and it goes.
You know what? I've had enough.
Jesus, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, come on. I love how the guy subtly at the end there is like, no, the Pope, no, he's not trying to destroy capitalism like Obama is. I mean, look at it. And then they go on to argue back and forth. And to be fair to them, some of them made the point that, you know what, no. At the very end, someone at the end, once they got to the fourth person, said, you know what, there's some chance Obama's not even trying to destroy capitalism. Some small chance. Oh, come on. Let's get back to the Pope, okay, whether he is or not, and whether they were working in cahoots. But one more thing on that. You know, I'm really tired of Reagan and the Pope brought down the Berlin Wall. I couldn't be more tired of it. Look, I think Reagan did a lot of right things. I think the Pope did a lot of right things during the Cold War. I really do, in foreign policy. But communism was never going to work. The reason the wall came down was because their system was fundamentally wrong, that they couldn't prosper within that system. It wasn't like the Soviets got scared. They were like, oh my God, what's the Pope going to do to us? Or how about Ronnie? Oh, the Gipper, he's so tough. No, they ran out of money. And they didn't know how to keep it going. The system doesn't work. Capitalism works. Communism doesn't work. Okay, look at me, right? Progressives. It turns out we're in favor of capitalism. Oh, someone alert Fox News. Anyway, so it's not like they were like, oh, hurry up. We're so scared of Ronald Reagan and the Pope. Tear down the wall. It's absurd. Please stop saying such childish things. All right, now, as to whether this Pope is in favor of capitalism or not, I love how the second guy was like, oh, no. The Catholic Church has a long history of being in favor of free markets and unfettered capitalism. I'm not sure he said unfettered capitalism as a direct quote, but that's certainly where he was leading with it. Really? A rich man has less of a chance of getting into heaven than a camel passing through the eye of a needle. What part of that sounds like go unfettered capitalism? Look, I'm in favor of capitalism. I don't agree with the church on that. Okay? But the Bible's fairly clear. It's not really pro-rich. It's pro the little guy. Pro the poor. To the point where I say, well, look, you know what? Maybe we shouldn't be so tough on the rich. But that's what the Bible says. And these guys pretending on Fox that the Bible is pro-free markets and CEOs and private industry. You always wonder, had they ever picked up of the Bible? Have they even glanced at it?
Watch the live show at theyoungturks.com.